Something intro? No. I wouldn't. I'm not even sure if I would remember. So okay, then you're right. Okay, so for
I'm gonna sit in on
for the present tense, right? So
in order. If the order.
it's up. Yeah. Yeah. Let me just check. Let me just check for the Huh?
You're on 9 now.
Oh, I'm
right.
if Allah.
Yafala, and then wow, Allah, and then Fa'ala, and then Fa'ala. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Right, so this one is
If Allah.
Yafala. No, not command, the present. Yafala. Okay, then we have Fa'ila. No, yeah, Fa'ila, right? Fa'ila.
Fifth one is like second one.
And then Ila before. Yeah. And yet the Fa'ala is
third one.
the Fa'ala 6. And then let's see now this is the 7th Yanfala. Yan. Yeah. Yan Fa'ila.
You want to try to memorize anything?
Yes.
Cracking on the lips.
And then the 9th is awful. I can never remember it. The Fa'ala. And then yes. Yeah, you do. They all have that one doesn't. That one doesn't, and then the Fa'ala 6 doesn't have it. And but isn't the step 6 and 7?
No, it's here. I wrote fall.
Yeah, 4 has it 5. So let's be it. Yeah, so that yeah. 6, 7, yeah. Or in Fa'ala, yeah. So when is it? Okay, so they don't have the wait a minute.
No. This is for the.
I'm so confused. Okay, so I'm just looking at it again, just to look at it from remember right. No brain. Yeah, Fa'ala, you thought these have the Fa'ala. This has the
second one.
Okay.
This has the Fa'ala. Yan Fa'ila. That has E.
Well, you're right.
Yeah, so 7, 8, and 10. Have Yan Fa'ila.
Oh, there's no spoon there.
Okay, wait, I have to think because I have to check the otherwise wait, the command tense, part 2. Okay, command tense.
Third one is past tense.
Well, I'm putting everything
We need to revise this after we need to revise all this.
Review it?
Yeah, review it. You want to review?
Rahat is also reviewing. Yeah, we're reviewing together, so you can start with her maybe.
4?
Yeah. Okay. Alright, you do that. You do. I have my thing in front of me.
If all.
Wait. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Review. This is for the command, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, yeah.
If all.
If all. There's no ending.
If all. No. If all.
Yeah.
For all.
It's like the present tense. It has the same present.
Then again I'll start. If all.
No, yeah, it should be
Okay.
Yeah.
Fa'il.
That is.
In.
No. It's the same as the present tense. Only the beginning is different. Whatever you have the present tense, whether it's kasra or whether it's fatha, is the same. Only the beginning part is different, and there's no. Okay.
If Allah is nine.
Which one are you doing
Six.
You did 5 and 6.
Seventh one. in fa in
And
if the in
Next
one is
Because do is always do.
Yeah.
You know what I always do? Is I always skip 9 to last. Because 7, 8, and 10 are the same pattern. 9 is its own thing. So I always do 7, 8, and 10, and then I go back to 9. Because then it's less confusing when you're trying to do all the patterns, right?
is the in
Yeah.
is the in
Yeah.
going one right is the fa.
If
If on
And he said he's not going to expect them Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure gonna go. Okay. Okay. Let now I think first and fourth are the top. I think
Okay.
Yeah, it's
first and fourth are the same, right? The top.
yeah,
Right.
first and
And then the
fourth one will come to fill. That's one and fourth will be the passive.
You're right. It's only in the passive, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Left. Okay. All right. Okay. That's the first one. Said second is left. Five. And then the third one is fat. And fourth one is and this one is left. And then
Only once
left.
is better when you put the other.
That's happening. And then
The fourth
seven
is
is
fa'ala.
left
I mean,
and then 8 is left.
Fa'ala.
10 is left.
Right?
Tasfa'il.
Form 4, af'ala, af'il.
Tasfa'il.
Form 5,
Tafa'il.
fa'ala,
And
tafa'al.
then forget T.
It's all together at the end.
And then 9
Yeah,
is
it's just
whatever.
basically the structure.
2,
Maybe the
5, 2,
last
5,
second last
2,
option.
5. Yeah. 9 is
Only
always
form
like
1 changes
problematic.
as
But
you
it's not really care that much because it's like, I don't even think we see it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe with colors. Okay, so
Fine.
next is what? The passive?
It's the in.
Passive, present? No, passive.
Passive customs.
Yeah.
Healer.
Wait, I have to find that. I have to find it.
Yeah.
Pattern, present, part 3. Sorry.
Okay, now passive. Fa'ala, fu'ila. Fa'ala, fu'ila.
Healer.
Fa'ala, I don't know how it's fa'ala.
Healer.
Fa'ala, we know passive. Fa'ala,
It is
fu'ila.
They all have food.
Yeah.
They all have food. That's the passive. They all have food.
All passive,
Healer.
maybe verb,
Yeah.
noun,
Tun.
Fa'ala,
Healer.
No.
What's going to be Lou because that's what
fu'ila.
It's
but you have to put a yarn.
Fa'ala, fu'ila.
You just
we're talking about the
Infa'ala,
infa'ala.
Fa'ala.
Un, right? Un.
It is
Unfa'ala.
Fa. Ila.
yeah.
and has always in the passive. It's
Always
always
Fu. Ila.
Infa'ala.
Fu. Ila.
Unfu'ila.
no, it's just
Ifa'ala,
Uf.
fu'ila.
Uf. Tu. Ila.
and then just
If'ala,
How are you going to do? Hi.
it's the
Tuf. Ila.
unfila, tu'ila, tufila, and then you learn
Nine.
which is
Ila.
which is just like you give us for completion. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me just see a little bit because I only downloaded the site this morning because okay, so this one, all right, so this one now for the passive. What's the comment is I think they're all us down,
Right, that is
yeah,
passive.
and they're all the
Fa'ala, ya'lamu.
oh yeah, they're all used, but then they're all up at the same time. And
Yuf'alu.
fourth is also right?
Yeah.
Fourth is also the first and
Mom,
fourth one.
mom, dama on the end.
Yufalu, yes, okay. Yufalu, and then fourth is also yufalu,
Right?
and then
Fa'ala.
second is
Yaf'alu.
yufa,
Yufa.
Yufa'alu. And then the fourth is Yufa'alu. Yufa'alu. Okay, and then fifth is Yutafa'alu. And then sixth is
Fa'ala. Yufa'ilu. Yufa'alu.
Okay, Yutafa'alu. Yeah. And then seventh is
And then af'ala.
Yufa'ilu. Eight. Yufa'alu.
Four is a little different for even active.
Yafa'alu. And then 10th is Yasta'alu. And then 9th is Aida'alu.
Af'ala.
Only if Allah.
Fourth is Af'ala.
It's like I really don't. If I don't learn nice.
Af'ala.
Has to be yup.
It's just the way it is before. Look on the.
I think we just.
Well, it's four.
I don't know. I actually tried to look at it this morning, but I only did downloaded the slides for the
You check it.
fourth this morning. So I downloaded all the reviews, but then I have to go to 3. You didn't have the review for the past. I had to go back to 3 to pull that. You know what I mean? Because
And then they say, yeah, Yanzalu Yunzi. Or Nazala Yunzi. You see the pattern is Yufi.
yeah, so brain is fatigued.
Yeah, the passive is Alu.
And then it's nothing. That's what I asked you. So nothing here now, right? Because whenever you have those particles like in them, then whatever the noun is actual have it.
Then Obi Takabara, Takabaru,
The first 2 examples is maybe it is. Okay, I first page.
No.
Okay, so yeah. So there was no verb out. There was no, but I didn't put it. And then this one.
So this is the same fact.
No, I think these are all
verb.
good. It's only the
That's
one.
what they know.
Right.
I think it's just been
Because
confusing.
now it's other
Alright.
So I think this would make sense. Otherwise,
Like
because it's
Papa would have come
and then the
you, you, right? You can.
It's always
I
like
love
And then
Baja.
this,
So
I can track
this is this, and
it
Baja
will
like
never
that.
be.
They go page 150.
So and this is in. So we have to be in, it'll be young. Can't do it. There's no 16. Young.
sorry.
Like, you know?
Yunzi. It's not Yunzi.
This one is like
Okumugare. Yunzilu.
Yeah, memorization. Memorization. Okay, so let's start then. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ahli wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma alimna ma yanfa'una wa nafa'na bima tu'allimuna wa rabbana zidna ilman. Okay, so I heard basically the practicing. So it's getting there, but it still needs to be. You need to put oil. You need to lubricate it like a well-oiled machine, right? So let's just practice. And it's not just to do well in this class. It's also, if you want to get serious about understanding the Quran, you want to make it motor memory, right? So you don't want to have to stop and think, because when someone's reciting, you're going to go faster at a speed that you can process it, unless you put in the time before to memorize it quickly, right? Okay, so we're going to move on to another subject, and that is the what is it now? The 8th column. What did we do? Is it the 8th or the 7th column? 7th column. Okay. So now we're going to start getting into some of the nouns. If I can just get this out of my way. Lecture. Okay. Alright, so reviewing the 10 forms, we just did that. Okay, so we're going to go now into the doer now. Okay? And this is a name that you're all familiar with. What's the doer now? Fa'il. Doer, right? So let's look at our first example. Now, I deliberately omitted the vowels, harakat, because you should all know this, right? Someone want to say what it is? Is it blurry? Oh, and I also need to, yeah, sorry, I was forgetting to do that. Come on, a second. How's that? Is it still blurry or not? You can try there's a dial, not that one. Okay, yeah. You had it before.
I had before.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can work on it while I'm talking. Okay. Okay, so who can say what this is? Yeah, it's recording. Yeah. But you can, I mean, you can fix it. Right? Yeah. Yeah, somebody. Yeah. Right? Everybody agree with that? Okay. So he's saying the man wrote the book, كتب الرجل الكتاب. If you don't know which vowels there are, I would say go back to breeze through the 101 slides, because this should be now, that's a past tense verb, right? Let me get the past tense verb, right? So you should know what this format is. You may not know the middle vowel, that's okay. This, you should know what it ends in, because it is the doer. What do we call the doer in Arabic? Fa'il, right? And then this is the maf'ul bihi, right? The direct object, which takes, what's its grammatical case? Nasa, right? Okay, so how do we say the man is a writer? So if we have fa'ala, how do we go to fa'il? How do we go from fa'ala to fa'il? Right? We put a alif after the first letter. Right? Katibun. Katibun. Right? Sorry, one sec. Come here. Right. Ar-rajulu katibun. You see what did we do? What did we do? Can somebody? We put an alif where? After the first letter. And then what happens to the middle one? Takes a kasra. Right? Okay, ar-rajulu katibun. Right? The man is a writer. Okay, this is the doer pattern. Okay?
Katibun. Katibun.
Yeah, katibun.
So this is not a verbal sentence anyway, right? So this is a...
It's not a verbal sentence. The man is a writer is a nominal sentence. It's not a verbal sentence.
So both of them have to be rough.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Ar-rajulu katibun. Right?
This is more truth and...
No, this is not. This is not, because this is just a nominal sentence. Remember how we talked about in 101? You have the subject and the predicate. The subject is definite, and the predicate indefinite. Ar-rajulu katibun. Right? So how do we say the man is writing? Yaktubu? Yaktubu ar-rajulu? Yaktubu ar-rajulu or ar-rajulu katibun. Okay, and when we use it in this way, this is called the active participle. This is like, you can use either one. They mean the same thing, right? There's a slight, I would say there's a slight difference in the meaning, and which I'm going to show you. So both of these phrases carry an alternate meaning. Okay. So let's talk about ar-rajulu katibun. We just went over the alternate meaning. What was the alternate meaning? The man is a writer. So the man is writing, and the man is a writer can both be expressed with الرجل كاتب, right? If you think about it logically, the man is a writer could describe what he's actually doing at the moment, or it could describe like his profession, or describing him. And this also يكتب الرجل means the man is writing, or it could also mean what? The man, or that too. That's also correct. Third one. How else can we express it in the present tense? Yeah. The man writes. It's just you're describing something about him. He does do it. Yeah, he goes there. He writes. He's not necessarily doing at the exact moment, but you're describing him in general, right? You could say, oh yeah, he writes books. Does that mean he's writing exactly at this moment a book? Not necessarily, right?
How do you tell the difference?
Context. Right? So you get it? Both of these have two different meanings, right? It's similar, but it's emphasizing a different thing. يكتب الرجل means he's actually in the process of writing at this moment, or it could be as a habit he writes, right? And this means he's actively writing at the moment, or he is a writer. Like you're kind of describing something about him, right? Okay. Okay? Does that make sense? Don't worry about distinguishing which one it is. That'll come with practice and context, right? So I just wanted to show you that it could carry both meanings. Okay. I don't know why this is here. Okay. To convert from the form one fa'ala to the meaning of doer, or he is doing, you convert to fa'ilun, right? So whatever. So how would it say, if the verb is jalasa, how would you say he is sitting? Huwa jalisun, right? How would you say he is going? Dhahaba wa dhahibun, right? Or he is going. He's a goer would be a weird string. So to convert, right, we did this. Fa'ilun is an ism, and therefore takes on all four characteristics of an ism, right? What are the four characteristics? I'rab or case, yeah. Definiteness, gender, number, right? Okay, so for definiteness, if we have fa'ilun, what does that sound like? Definite or indefinite? Fa'ilun. How does the definite sound? Yeah. So what's the definite then? Al-fa'ilu. Right? Fa'ilun, al-fa'ilu. Okay, gender. Fa'ilun. Fa'ilatun, right? Fa'ilatun, okay. I'rab. Fa'ilun. Fa'ilan, fa'ilin, right? Fa'ilun, fa'ilin, fa'ilan, depending on where it is. Plurality? This is going to be a little tricky. Fa'ilun, fa'ilane, fa'iluna. Very good. Fa'ilun, fa'ilane, fa'iluna. Right? For masculine, yes. Remember when, like our second lesson of the 101, we said when will it be sound, when will it be broken?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, for the doer, it's going to be sound. That's good news for you, right? You just have to put the end. I don't know. I was about to put almost always, but I don't know enough to know all boundary cases, so I don't want to say always. So, but generally, like almost always, right? Fa'iluna, right? Okay. All right. So let's do some examples. Zaid Bhai, ready? Okay. Zaid Bhai?
Maliki
Maliki Yawmiddin. Surah Fatiha. So what does it mean, Maliki? What's the root? Malaka, right? Right. So this is in the form of a doer object. Right? This kasra, don't worry about it. This is because it's describing a previous word from the previous verse. Right? Okay.
والكافرون هم الظالمون.
والكافرون هم الظالمون. Right? So what is the root? Kafara. What is the root? Zalimun, right?
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد.
Right, so you see how often this occurs? This pattern occurs like all over, right? What's the? I think abada. Because it's ya'budu, right, I think. Well, no, okay, so good point. This middle vowel will always be kasra.
Oh, middle value. Okay.
Yeah, when in the fa'il pattern, it'll always be kasra.
It doesn't matter what the middle vowel is.
Doesn't matter what the middle vowel is by, yeah. Right?
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
من شر غاسق إذا وقب. Right. So how do you look this up in Hansware? Ghasaka, right? Anybody remember how to use Hansware or not?
I forgot.
Actually,
Look at the English or the.
I'm thinking more we're going to emphasize Hansware. I mean, we've gone over it now 2 times, but I think in the next 103, mashallah, good. In 103, we're going to just put down a verse and say, okay, everybody try to define it. Okay. Lost it into that one. Okay.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات.
Right? So here we see it's feminine, right? Feminine plural, right? So what is the root? Salah. Right?
ثم رددناه أسفل السافلين.
It's a nasab case, actually. Remember for the sound plural feminine, nasab and jar both take this pattern.
Why is that sound? Why is it feminine?
Hati. You're saying why is the word feminine or why is this?
It's just because that word is feminine.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got D, so.
I mean, just, yeah. ثم رددناه أسفل السافلين. What is the root? Safala. Very good. Okay. So now, of course, we follow it with the 10 forms, right? Good news is this is not very hard. You just need to know one letter. There's a key letter. When you see this letter, it should immediately take you to this. What's that letter? Anybody know? Huh? One letter. One consonant. When you see that letter, you should immediately think of this pattern. Not a vowel, a letter. Okay, let's do the first one first. Okay, so fa'ala, fa'ilun. Okay? Okay, now, but what is the second one? Fa'ala. This is the letter. Nobody's got the letter yet. M. Meme. When you see a meme, okay, you're going to see. The rest of the y'all going to take a meme. Okay? Mufa'ilun. Mufa'ilun. Okay? Again, as you notice, a lot of these columns, 1 can sometimes act on in its own way, and then 2 through 10 tend to exhibit a similar behavior. Right?
There's not one on the first one, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the context. I mean, yeah, I should have put it, I was lazy. But again, like, depending on where in the sentence it is, if this is definite, it's not going to have it'll be al-mufa'ilu, right? Just, it's a regular noun. Okay, so what's the third one? Mufa'ilun. Right? Yeah. Af'ala? Muf'ilun. Tafa'ala? Mutafa'ilun. Right? So whenever you see a meme, it's the beginning of a word, always try to think it's one of it's a doer or a done to, which we'll get next week. So it's a noun. Okay, tafa'ala, mutafa'ilun, right? In fa'ala?
Munfa'ilun.
Munfa'ilun. Yeah. Munfa'ilun. Ifta'ala?
Mufta'ilun.
Mufta'ilun. If'alla? I don't know. Muf'ilun, yeah. Istaf'ala? Mustaf'ilun. That wasn't bad. What is it? Put a meme in the front, and the last letter, second to last vowel, be a kasra. Right? Anybody want to take a guess as how it's different from the passive next week? It's just going to take the kasra and replace it with the fatha. That's it. Except for form 1. Again, form 1 is different. So.
Individually, each column is easy, but when we put together and we say.
Yeah, you have to be able to go across. Yeah, that's okay. Examples, and a lot of these words are going to know. Right? So.
Did you just go type the passive?
No, it passes next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. This is a this is a typo. Sorry.
Oh, okay, good.
It's a typo. Right. Yeah, I meant to put. In fact, I can fix that. Let me fix that right now. Yeah, I don't want to confuse people. Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to confuse people. That's what happens when you copy paste and don't go over. Okay. All right, so examples. Oops. Okay. Layla, can you read it? Fadhakkir. Mudhakkirun. Okay. What does so first of all, you see the mean, you should immediately think either doer or done to, right? Right? So it has a kasra here. So is it active or passive? Active, right? Now, what form does this look like?
Second.
So who agrees with second? Yeah, everybody agree? Anybody have a different opinion? Mudhakkirun. So what is the root? Dhakara, right? Okay. So remind Prophet ﷺ, you are only a reminder, right? Innama anta mudhakkirun. Right? Okay. Okay. وَالْمُنَافِقِينَ. Okay. What is this? Okay, so is it again, you see the meme, you should immediately think what? Doer or done to, which will. But then how do you know if it's doer or done to? Kasra, right? Munafiq, right? Right?
So it's there, then it's an active. It's passive if it is there.
It's passive if it would be kasra. Munafiq, but there's no passive of being a hypocrite. Doesn't make sense. Not every verb has a passive. Munafiqina. Okay. All right. So what family is this? Right. Yeah. Mufa'il. Right. Munafiq. So what's the root? Nafaqa. So how do you look it up in the Hansware? NFQ. So if you didn't know what this meant, you can look up. Right. NFQ. Munafiqina. Okay.
وأنزل إليكم وإلهنا وإلهكم واحد إنه له
Muslim. What is Muslim? Huh? What family? Oh, so first of all, is it active or passive? Active. Muslim, not Muslim. Right? Muslim. Okay. So what family is it? Forced would be fa'il. So it would be salim. What's the root? Salama. Remember, for family, for form 1, to create the doer, it is fa'il. So you don't put a meme in front of form 1.
Oh, that's
right. Right? It would be salimun, would be for form 1. Hmm? So what form is this then? Fourth. Right? Muf'ilun. Right? Muslimuna. So now you know where the word, now you know, see Muslim, you know it's form 4. Okay? Mutarabbisin. Okay. Alright, so is it a doer? How do we know it's a doer? I mean, how do we know it's a noun? The meme, right? Okay. How do we know it is active or passive? Kasa, mutarabbis, right? This one. Not this one, this is the ending. So this would depend on the case, right? Mutarabbis. Right, now this is the sound plural. Okay, so what is the root? Well, for what family is it, first of all? 5, right? Tarabbasa, right? Mutarabbis, mutarabbisin. Remember, so that's a good guess. This is the starting, tarabbasa. The mo is prepended. Mutarabbasa. Mutarabbisin, right? So what is the root? Rabasa, right? So someone can look it up? Anybody really good at Hansware?
Is it RBS?
Huh? RB big S in
How do we
Hansware.
get that? Know what letters?
Info. It's at the info at the top.
Info?
Yeah, there's an info link. Mutarabbisin.
RB big S.
RB big S, yeah.
Oh, that's a 2 week.
Okay, so what's form 5? Okay, so that, then the verbal, I mean the noun form of that. A lurker, a liar in wait. Yeah, right? It's like, so yeah, so it shows here, right, that this waiters is not quite the right. Sister said that. Do you get how this definition doesn't quite express it? What I've seen a lot of translation does not quite. It's really showing from a point of view of, you think you're planning, I'm the one who's planning. You're right, lurking, lying in wait. It's not the same thing as wait, right? So the translation was not very good.
Like it's somebody who lie in wait.
Like he's waiting for you to.
They know.
Yeah, exactly.
They know.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's famous on YouTube. The guy.
Nomano Khan? Yeah.
He does a lot of this, and when he says he studies a Quran, he breaks it down.
Yeah.
That was sort of my motivation for this class.
Right.
Because I thought, what if we read these words and it doesn't really make sense?
Yeah, so translate. So what they'll do, and I can't say it like this, but they'll kind of make it they'll make it very generic, and it doesn't quite give the meaning.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Mutanafisun. Okay. How do we know it's a noun? Meme, right? How do we know it's active or passive? Kasra here, munafis, mutanafis. If it's mutanafasun, it would be something else, right? Okay, so what's the root? Nafasa. Can someone look it up?
What is it?
Mutanafisun.
So that's a small S.
Yeah, small s. Very good.
So nafasa.
Six tanafasa, right?
So
You see that?
Nakusa.
No. Nafasa.
No?
They're just 3 letters, right? You're taking the root.
It's not to be precious.
It might be, that's form 1, but you gotta look for form 6.
It says Nakusa.
But what is form 6? Yeah. See? Well, I can show you after class. Okay, so you saw to rival one another, to compete with one another, right? So that means if the definition wasn't here, you'd be able to look it up yourselves, right? Okay. Okay, Brother Zaid? Munqalibun. Okay, what is this? What family is this? First would be qalibun. So remember, if you see a meme, has to be 2 through 10.
Yeah. 7.
Right. Munqalibun. Subhanalladhi sakhkhara lana hadha wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ala rabbina lamunqalibun. Right? Okay, so this is form 7. Right? So what's the root? Qalaba. Very good. Okay. Next.
الذي هم فيه
مختلفون. Right? 7 in fa'ala. Right? 7 is in fa'ala. There's no noon in here, right? Mukhtalifun. This is 8, right? Because of this ta now is after the first root letter. Right? What's the root? Khalafa, right? So how would we look it up? KHLF.
Differ?
Yeah, so what 8 is to differ?
To differ, be different, vary. To be vary.
Yeah, mukhtalifun. Yeah. So that over which they are in a disagreement, right? Right. Okay, what was that? Sorry, sister said that? Form 8?
So the next page.
Next page.
That's many next pages, right? Or am I going too far?
Maybe going too far.
Yeah,
Too many
I'm
pages.
still on KA.
Yeah, me too.
KA?
Oh, as many pages even to get. As many pages even to get.
Is it just without commas? Just do KHLF?
Yeah, no commas. KHLF.
You can directly use the Arabic keypad.
And now I have to, somebody has to show me which one is download. I wasn't sure.
Oh, did you not download the right one?
No. We got the right thing to do. We use the Arabic keyboard.
So I'll move ahead to this and Mommy can help her.
I'm trying to find it myself. I'm trying to get 8. I got the 6. They're two different prepared. Yeah.
Page number 298.
It took a long way to get to it.
Can I take a harafa? Just so I can believe it.
The book really works.
Even you don't do the thing.
Oh, but you did it. I did a space if I was having, but I think I worked without it too. I just didn't go on the pages.
We're here.
Got it?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Number 9?
وإذا قيل لهم تعالوا
Number 9.
ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون هضاما.
Musfarran.
Are we 4?
9.
Where's the shadda?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
That's not active. That's not active.
Oh, yeah, it turns yellow. Sorry, yeah. That would be 9.
That's passive.
It is
Double.
Mubyadin. This is I don't think 9 has a passive. If you look at page 150, can someone bring it up?
You had double shada on the last vowel. On the last
Brother is
Oh, that's very different.
There's no Form 9 does not have a passive doer. Should not have it.
But that's one. That's not one.
What's that? No, I know what you're saying.
And it's five.
Shadda is there. I'm saying it should not have a passive. Yeah, it does not have a passive. Look at Form 9. So this is correct. I mean, obviously, trust the Quran. Musfarran, but it's a fatha because it's nasab, right? So on the So the difference with 9 and the rest is 9. The last consonant is where, right? It would be. So first of all, for 9, there is no passive. That's one thing to note. So you see, this can only be active for 9. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on 9. 9, we're not really.
You say the sign can change though on that first?
Yeah, because it's a regular noun, right?
Oh.
Depending on what the ARB is, right?
No, I'm not talking about the in. I'm talking about the fa. In other words, when you gave us the pattern, you gave us with the kasra. Now it has a fatha, and you're saying, but there is no passive, so it can change. It can vary. There's no fixed pattern.
Muf'al. What did I say? Muf'alun, right? What did I say for 9?
What's the word? What is that word? Is it yellow?
Yeah, something becoming yellow.
Oh, there's a specific word to just turn yellow?
Yes. Muf'ilun. I did say muf'il.
Yeah.
Maybe I have it wrong. I could be wrong for 9. Again, I'm not worried too much about 9. So. 9, I've had been taught this 10 tables, 2 different teachers, and they presented it 2 different ways for 9. So, I don't want to get too worried about it.
We used to consider as a file because of the letter.
Yeah, it is a file. Yeah. Musfarran, okay? Ones who are becoming yellow. Things that are becoming yellow, or becoming yellow, right? Yeah, so what is the root? Safara, right? Okay.
So there's words like to dye red, to dye blue.
Yeah.
وإذا قيل لهم تعالوا يستغفر لكم رسول الله لووا رؤوسهم ورأيتم يصدونهم مستكبرين.
Mustakbirun. You should know what this is for text, right? What is the?
Yeah.
How do we know it's active? Because kasra, right? Mustakbirun. How do we know it's a noun? I don't know why there's a shad. There should be no shad. Is there shad?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's joining. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mustakbirun. Okay. And what is the root? Kabara. All right. So who can look it up?
That is a Q.
K. KBR.
It's Kabara, right?
Hmm?
No. It's Kabara.
Kabara. KBR.
Search doesn't work on. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just have to join.
If it's 10, it's going to be at the bottom. Anybody find it yet?
Get there.
To exceed an age?
What's that?
Kabara, to exceed an age.
Yeah, but you have to look at which family?
So this is 10.
I think it's 10 first again.
To deem great and to deem great.
Yeah.
To deem great. So, or important. Important.
There should be something else. There should be another definition. To be proud and haughty. Yeah. So the ones who do that, right? So the ones who do that action are the mustakbirun, right?
And then go to the third. Two people that was come.
Yeah. I got
On
it.
the third page and go to the bottom. Your 10. So then just to this part off. But there's not to deem
Oh, yeah.
great and the better.
But then there's the second. A lot of times they'll have more than one definition to display arrogance. So what is mustakbirun? No, you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to. You have to derive it.
I mean, under the cover, I don't see the number 10 over here.
Yeah, I just had to find it.
You did KBR, right?
Go to the next
Yeah.
page.
I'm in it.
Next page.
Next page.
I have 3 pages for it.
Okay, I'm gonna
So I don't know.
gonna
It's
bring
on the
it.
same page where you see the third meaning and the fourth meaning and the fifth.
Yeah, I'm on that
Right before kibber. It's, in other words, where you see the second and the third and the fourth, it's all there in that same paragraph. Before you get to the so find the second one, second form. Right.
Okay, I have it up.
Doer. That wasn't a doer. I wasn't a doer.
Why not?
It's for what? It was a direct object.
So what is one who displays arrogance? Right. So the doer of that action. It doesn't mean it has to be transitive or intransitive. You're just the one who's being. Yeah. To deem. You see this, right? Sister Sada? You find it or not?
I don't
This.
see the Roman number 10 on it. I see the number 6.
You see 6 to be proud or haughty. You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't see
Keep
further
going.
down 10.
Right after 6 is 10. Right after 6 is 10. They don't have it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. To deem greater important, to be proud, haughty, display arrogance. So the one who does that is mustakbirun. Mustakbiruna is the plural. Yeah.
So what's the verb? Is arrogance.
The verb is stakbara.
I'm sorry, the noun.
How about it?
No, what's the question?
What's direct object noun?
There's no
He
direct
had
object.
arrogance.
There's no direct object. Why is there a direct object?
He had what? Arrogance.
No, why are you trying to form that sentence?
I don't know.
It's just a nominal sentence. He
Yeah,
is a person who displayed error.
Kibber is being used.
No, hold on. You're trying to box it into a structure which you don't need to. It's not a verbal sentence, right? So there's no direct object. If you have a noun as somebody who is displaying arrogance, it's just a noun. Mustakbirun, right? You just say huwa mustakbirun. He is mustakbirun.
The one who shows takabur, right? That's
Yeah.
okay.
One who does that action, right? To be proud, haughty, or display arrogance. So just because the definition, okay, I think I can get what you're saying. Just because the definition would seem to indicate there's a direct object doesn't mean in Arabic it's the same way. Right? Arabic, they just put it into one word.
So you're assuming that the word arrogance can only be applied to a person. Because the doer of arrogance has to be a human being. Like, for example,
No, not at all. Not at all true. You can say the dog is sitting. Al-kalbu jalisun. It's a doer. Right? So doer is anything that can perform an action. Right?
But the lion, we say lion.
Even here in the example, the crop was turning yellow, not a person. Right? The crop. Musfarrun was the crops. In that
So
example.
you double it. Not double it. Like in English, we say the crop is turning yellow.
Yeah.
But we say the crop is the verb in English. I know we're not doing English now.
Crop is a noun.
Crop is a noun.
Crop is a noun. Was turning is the verb, and then yellow is
Another noun.
a noun, but it's a direct object.
It's not a direct object.
Was turning.
Direct object means it has to have a verb applying to it. Turning. Hold on. Let me answer.
But it's not a doer.
Become, to be, is not considered a verb in Arabic. Okay, so a nominal sentence, the man is yellow. Is not considered a verb.
Right.
You just omitted, right? So you're just putting a noun in a noun. Does that make sense?
The fruit was painted yellow.
That's a verbal sentence. Was painted is a verb.
No, but their yellow is like whatever it is.
No, but you put, so if you say the fruit was yellow, that's different. There's no verb. Yeah. Actually, thank you, because that brings me to the next topic.
Because is omitted, and so when you put that word in at the end of the sentence, like he is arrogant. Arrogant will be the dual form, and he is also another pronoun. But I have two.
Yeah, you have a noun. It's a nominal sentence. Yeah.
If
If you say he is a boy, there's two nouns.
The one who is arrogant.
Yeah, but arrogant is not.
Yeah, but you're not emphasizing it. Just he is arrogant. He is a painter. Right?
In Arabic. So these nouns are always going to be in nominative sentences.
Yeah.
These active nouns are always going to be.
No, I mean it could occur in a. You could say, "Laqitu al-katib," I met the writer. Right, that's a verbal sentence, right? So we can talk more afterwards if you want more explanation.
No, I'm good. It's in my head.
Okay. All right, so we're moving to a new subject. Our brief grammar. It's pretty short. So, laysa and kana. Who's heard of these words? Laysa and kana. Okay. Laysa wa kana. These are verbs, kind of, but not fully. Those have a special kind of function. Okay, so let's get back to the. Okay, laysa wa kana, right? So to say the man is old, we say ar-rajulu kabirun. Yeah, nominal sentence, right? Nominal sentence. How do we say the man is not old? Right.
Laysa.
Laysa rajulu kabir. Kabir.
Kabiru.
Kabiran. Okay, laysa rajulu kabiran. Okay. So let's just first talk here. This laysa, it can be used to negate a nominal sentence, right? So the man is old, the man is not old, right? Laysa rajulu kabirun, but laysa has an impact grammatically that it will cause the predicate, right, to go into the state of nasab. That's what laysa does. That's what, right? So how would you say, I don't know, how the boy is not a man? How would you say that? Laysa al-waladu rajul rajulan, right? How would you say the boy is not a Muslim? Laysa rajulu, I'm going to say laysa rajulu musliman, right? Okay. So it's not very complicated. It's just, just have to memorize that this is what laysa does. Now, what's interesting, we'll get to some variation here, is how would you say I am not old? So laysa conjugates like a past tense verb, right? Lays. How do you conjugate a past tense verb? Fa'ala. How do you say I did? Fa'altu. How did you say laysa? Good guess. But it's not. Lastu. Rust, right? Last, you got it. How would you say you are not old? Lasta. Right? Or if you're a female, lasti. Yeah. How do we say they are not old? Laysu. Okay. So it's not expected that you have to memorize which one will go las, which one will go lace. But if you want to know, then anywhere where you have to put a sukoon, like if you look at the past tense conjugation table, anywhere where you put, so you have fa'ala, where you would put a sukoon on that, then it's going to be las form. Right? Again, I'm just explaining it. Right? Lastu. So it would be lastu, lasta, lasti, laysa, laysat for female, lasna for us. We are not. Lastuma, lastuma, laysa, laysata, laysu, lasna, lastunna, lastum, lasna. That's how it is. I mean, for you guys, if you see either of them, just know what it is, right? If you see less, you don't have to know the table, but you have to be able to recognize it. When you say let's do, what is it? It's the conjugation of laysa, right? Okay. So, lastu kabiran. Lasta kabiran. Laysu kibaran. Right, don't worry, this is just broken, right? It's a broken, some broken plurals, right?
What is Kabir? The Kabir is big, right?
Big or old?
Okay.
Old for person. Right?
So just now, what did you say for the conjugate table? What we need to do?
You don't need to learn the conjugation table. You just need to know that if you see lastu or lasta, that it's from laysa. And you need to know what impact does it have on the predicate.
Okay.
What's the impact on the predicate? Turn it nasab, right?
So ending will be the same for them.
Ending the same?
Whether it's
Lasta, lasti.
Not all of them, right? So some are different. Like laysu doesn't say lastu, laysu.
Okay. Means for the female we have T. For the
Lasti would be for female. If you want, I can put up the table on school with you. I mean, it's just for your own convenience. I can put it up. Yeah.
we'll get an idea.
Yeah, but then the main thing is just to recognize it, right? From a reading point of view.
Yes.
Okay, so that's laysa.
They do. Okay. They are not.
Let's do one more. The man is old. We say rajulu kabirun. How do we say the man was old? Obviously, it would still be old if he was alive. No, no. Huh? Who has a guess?
Yeah. But where's when they come that I cannot. They'll come in the beginning or in the middle? It comes in the beginning.
Could be either.
It can be either.
Just like a verb, right? You can do either way. But the convention, verbal sentence, you put a verb first. So kana is a verb, right? But again, a slight difference of behavior. Kana rajulu kabiran. Right? So they said this is the second most often word in the Quran. Kana. Right? First, qala. Qala or kul. Right? Qala, kul. Kana, rajulu. Or at least in terms of verbs, not in terms of, not all words. Kana rajulu kabiran, what does it mean? The man was old. You're putting a nominal sentence into past tense. Right? So express this in the past tense. Right? Nominal sentence. And the predicate, again, goes into the nasab case. Right? Kana has that impact. Right?
So same as last.
Same as laysa, yeah. So how would you say, I was old? Kuntu. Right? Kuntu kabiran. You? Kunta. They? Kanu. Right. Kuntu kabiran. Kunta kabiran. Kanu kibaran. So it's almost the same thing as laysa. We have some go one way and some will go the other way. Right? Okay, so let's just summarize this. There's a lot more to these words. This is not about fully explaining the words, but it's for our purposes, right? Can operate on nominal sentences, right? So what does laysa do for a nominal sentence? Negates it, right? From the meaning, right? And what does kana do? Puts into the past tense, right? Cause the predicate to go into the state of nasab, both of them, right? They conjugate like verbs, right? I should have mentioned a caveat. Kana you can do in past and present and command. So you can say kana yakunu, and you can say kun ma'as sadiqin, right? Could be. But laysa is only conjugating in the past tense.
But kana is only for the verb to be.
Yeah.
Because we have a past tense already.
What's it?
Kana is only for the verb to be.
To be.
Nominal tenses.
No, it has other meanings too. There are other meanings for kana. You could say he used to do something. That's also how you can use kana. So that's too advanced for this. One of the meanings is just to take a nominal sentence, put it in the past tense.
But if I take a verb, an action verb, right? Wrote would be this. Was written.
Yeah. Would be what? You just conjugate it like a verb. Yeah, it's a verb.
What's written is here.
Yeah, I mean, kana also conjugates, but it has an impact on the predicate, right? So that's where it's unique. It's not a regular verb in that sense. Okay, so examples. Zaidbai?
जी فكذب به قومه والحق ولست عليهم بوكيل.
Lastu alaykum biwakil, right? But your people have denied it while it is the truth. Say, I am not a manager for you. Like, I'm not responsible for you, right? Lastu alaykum biwakil, right? It should be nasa, but because of this harf jar, it's causing it to go in the jar state. Okay?
ويقول الذين كفروا لست مرسلا.
And those who have disbelief say, you are not a messenger. Right? So how would it be to say you are a messenger? How would you make a positive statement out of it? Anta mursilun, right? Because there's no reason to have it in nasab. But when you put laysa in front, lasta mursalan. Right? What's this mean? What does it mean?
Oh,
What does the mean indicate? Doer or done to. You immediately think of a noun, right? Yeah, it is passive, right? Okay.
يقولون بألسنتهم ما ليس في قلوبهم.
What do you think that means? Without looking at the definition, what does that mean? يقولون بألسنتهم ما ليس في قلوبهم. What does that mean?
what not in the heart?
Yeah. So they say with their tongues what is not within their hearts. Right?
Achha, first one, it's making it to go into the big stage.
Because the be here. Okay, here's the thing. A nominal sentence, we didn't really go over this in 101. So a nominal sentence, you could say like ana rajulun, right? That's a regular nominal sentence. But what if I say ana fil masjid? Now it's the harf jar that's causing the thing to go in jar state, right? So you can attach a prepositional phrase. And then the rules don't apply, right? So lastu alaykum, if you had no be, it would be wakilan. Yeah? But now because they put a be here, it's the harf jar that's going to have the impact on the word. Yeah.
So be is the
Harf jar. Right? Because it's still a nominal sentence. I am not over you a manager, but you add a prepositional phrase, right?
Just emphasizing.
Well, they use that lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Just emphasizing.
Yeah, but whatever it is, the point is that has the harf jar is going to turn it into a jar state. Okay.
بلا إن ربه كان به بصيرا.
كان به بصيرا, right? Indeed, his Lord was ever of him seeing, right? Was. I mean, yeah. Okay. قالوا
يا ويلنا إنا كنا طاغين.
كنا, right? We were transgressors. Okay.
آخذين ما آتاهم ربهم إنهم كانوا قبل ذلك محسنين.
Right? كانوا محسنين. Why is it محسنين not محسنون? Because of kana. Right? That's what kana is doing. Right? قبل ذلك, I'm just kind of describing it. كانوا محسنين. They were doers of good. Right? فنادى
في الظلمات أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين.
إني كنت من الظالمين. I was, or I have been, it could be. I was one of the wrongdoers. Right? Does it make sense, Kana and Lisa? You're going to see it a lot, right? So that's why I was showing it to you. I think that's it. All right, so I'm done. That's it. Any questions? So we're at 2 more columns to go.
This is lesson 5, right?
Lesson 5, yeah. 2 more columns to go. So, okay.
When you're done.
Okay.
Tell me institution.
I think, let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is on this. I think it's on the previous page, maybe. I don't know where it is on this. I think you gotta go to the previous page. Is the HTML page? Is this the app or not the app?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, this is the app, right? I'm not sure. I'll try to check myself. Any questions? You guys getting sick of the 10 forms table yet or no? Or do you like it?
Spread out this way.
Yeah. So next week we have to do the passive of the doer, passive doer, and then the verbal noun. And then that's 10. So that'll be 6 and 7, and then we have 6 and 7. Then we have 1 week left for one more content class. And then 9, I think, review. I should start putting up some practice questions for... So the 3 areas, again, the 3 areas of emphasis are the 10 forms table, to be able to take a root. These particles. What is their impact on the sentence? I'm gonna treat them as particles. They're not particles, but I'm gonna in the same category of what impact they have. And maybe I think also jazm and nasab. We should make sure we know how to conjugate that. So I think that's it. That's the 3 areas. So then I will set us up 103 then, because we have to have that kind of groundwork for 103 to understand. Because we're going to go into more practical examples in 103. And we'll try to start translating ourselves without putting the definition.
You can upload this lesson.
Yeah, of course.
So I have a motherly request, which if you can't do it now, then you can do it later. I just did it every keyboard.
Oh yeah, so you
I
just...
wasn't sure. I looked. I went up, but I wasn't sure.
No, you've got to go to your Apple settings.
I'll do it for
It's
you.
an iPhone setting. You can add a
Very
keyboard.
easy. No worries.